the softening of the modern man, ladies and gentlemen. Today we talk about something that too many people are too comfortable ignoring. And I must warn you, if you skip this video, you will regret it, because we are going to address a crisis that is destroying men, families, and ultimately entire societies. The topic today is weak men stay broke. The discipline crisis in America. Look around you. You will see young men in their 20s and 30s who cannot get out of bed in the morning without their phone telling them to. Men who have no plan, no discipline, no resilience, and no backbone. Men who drown themselves in distraction and call it freedom. We live in an era that tells men their strength is toxic, that their ambition is oppressive, that their desire to build, conquer, and master themselves is something to apologize for. And what happens when men believe this lie? They grow weak. They become passive. They surrender to every comfort, every excuse, every fleeting pleasure. And in that state, they lose everything that makes life meaningful. You think you can be happy when you have no purpose? When you have no discipline? When you have no capacity to endure discomfort? You can't. You will stay broke financially, emotionally, spiritually. Weakness is not compassion. Weakness is not virtue. Weakness is simply the default state you return to when you abandon the discipline required to grow. You know this in your bones. You know that the life you want will not be handed to you. You know that no politician, no program, no cultural shift is coming to save you. And you also know that if you continue to drift, if you continue to trade short-term comfort for long-term fulfillment, you will wake up one day and realize your potential has rotted in place. This is the truth. If you want to be respected, if you want to be prosperous, if you want to be strong, you must voluntarily accept the burden of discipline. You must choose it every day, because no one is coming to choose it for you. Asterisk, asterisk, the lie of endless comfort. Modern life offers men an endless buffet of soft pleasures, cheap dopamine, fast food, pornography, social media, entertainment on demand, the illusion of connection without any real intimacy, the illusion of accomplishment without any real struggle. It is a trap, because when you make comfort your highest aim, you sacrifice everything that makes you formidable. You lose the capacity to delay gratification. You lose the hunger that drives you to create, to build, to protect. You lose the ability to tolerate hardship. Hardship is inevitable. One of the most dangerous beliefs circulating today is the idea that life should be easy, that you deserve happiness without discipline, that if you are not instantly successful, something must be wrong with the world. Nothing could be further from the truth. The men who thrive in any generation are the ones willing to suffer for something larger than themselves. The ones who can walk past the easy option and choose the difficult path because they know it leads somewhere worthwhile. You must understand this. Your comfort is making you poor. Not just poor in your wallet, poor in your character, poor in your spirit, poor in your sense of purpose. Every time you choose the path of least resistance, you reinforce the habit of weakness. Every time you avoid doing what you know you should do, you make it harder to respect yourself. And self-respect is the foundation of every form of wealth. If you want to break free from the cycle of mediocrity, you must start by telling yourself the truth. I am not entitled to success. I am not entitled to comfort. I am entitled to exactly what I earn through my disciplined action. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you will stop blaming everything around you and start building something you can be proud of. Asterisk, asterisk, reclaiming. Discipline as a virtue for centuries. Discipline was the cornerstone of masculinity. The father taught the son to do what was necessary, even when it was painful. Responsibility was not a burden to avoid, but an honor to uphold. Today, we mock discipline as old-fashioned. We glamorize impulsivity, indulgence, victimhood. We act as though discipline is oppressive. But here's the paradox. A man without discipline is a man enslaved. Enslaved to mood, enslaved to temptation, enslaved to the opinions of other people. Discipline is not a cage, it is a key. A key that unlocks everything you admire in others. Discipline is how you build the skills that pay your bills. Discipline is how you develop the body that earns respect. Discipline is how you cultivate the mind that creates value. Without discipline, you will never know what you are capable of. You will drift through life in a haze of regret, blaming everyone except the person staring back at you in the mirror. Ask yourself, when did you last keep a commitment to yourself for longer than a week? When did you last do something hard without needing external validation or applause? If you can't remember, you have your answer. And the good news is, you can change it. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Today, you rebuild discipline one action at a time. You set your alarm and get up when it rings. You train your body when it's tired. You work on your skills when no one is watching. You face the difficult conversations instead of avoiding them. And every day you keep a promise to yourself. You reinforce the idea. I am the kind of man who does what is necessary. That is how strength is forged. That is how men stop being broke, not just financially, but morally. Asterisk, asterisk, the call to rise. You were not born to be soft. You were not born to be a passive observer of your own decline. You were born to confront chaos, to create order, to carry weight, but no one can make you accept that responsibility. No one can hand you the discipline required. You must decide, will I keep living as a weak man, addicted to comfort and excuse-making, or will I rise? The world does not respect weakness. It does not reward passivity. It does not care about your feelings. And that is not cruelty, is reality. The harsh truth is that men who cannot control themselves will never build anything worth inheriting. They will never inspire respect. They'll never protect the people they care about. And if you think that sounds unfair, understand this. Life is not fair, but it is just. You will reap exactly what you sow. Nothing more, nothing less. So start sowing something better. Take stock of your life. Be brutally honest about where you have allowed weakness to take root. Forgive yourself for it, but do not excuse it. Then start acting. Wake up earlier. Train your body. Save and invest your money. Learn skills that create value. Surround yourself with men who hold you accountable. Do not expect applause. Do not expect instant results. Discipline is not glamorous, but it is the foundation of every worthy life. When you look back in 10 years, you will not care how comfortable you were in your 20s. You will care whether you became a man capable of creating, protecting, and sustaining something meaningful. That begins today, not tomorrow. That begins the moment you decide that weakness is no longer acceptable. Weak men stay broke. Weak men stay bitter. Weak men stay invisible. But you do not have to. You can reclaim discipline. You can reclaim strength. You can build a life that demands respects starting now. And if you have the courage to choose that path, you will discover that everything you thought was unfair or impossible was simply waiting for you to grow up and claim it.